the things in the Jay Slater case that's absolutely got me like, what? Is in this whole scenario, when you part this entire dramatic ongoing story, is that several people allegedly told Jay to go back, and he said he could not. And allegedly he told friends that through text, I can't go back to the R&B, the Airbnb. And that, I think, is one of the most important parts. Because if he could have went back, he would have. If it's almost like he was trying to avoid people. Like he skips the bus, right? Or misses the bus, allegedly. And then I got to thinking, how many people alibied him in the morning, really? Really? And the best I can find is 5. Well, 4 people, 5 alibis. So we have one person stating that they received a call, and that would be Lucy May. And I have a lot of problem with Lucy, so I'm like, I've seen a little bit out there that there are people that have screenshots, and I don't know how they would get them. So I'm like, take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Everything I'm sharing with you is just the stuff I hear. I mean, even the media gets stuff wrong. But it looked like Lucy actually phoned him, which doesn't mean the call went through. So I'm like, okay. Then we have another friend that had an interview that said he was on the phone talking to Jay when Jay was talking and there was a slide of rock sounds. And then the people that I told you that allegedly said, hey, go back the other way at the villa there, at the Airbnb, they said that he was on a slippery slope. And then allegedly Jay was telling the person on the phone, I'm on a slippery, slidey rock kind of area. So all that, and then I thought it was weird when they're like, his phone probably was thrown out there. And I'm like, how would you know? Well, I've been hiking a lot. I take my dogs hiking. My dogs can go places I can't. All right? So if there's a thicket, which that's all there is in Tenerife, right? If there's a thicket, if they threw the phone, you'd know, because otherwise there'd be a path to the phone where it was cut and removed. You can obviously see if somebody's made their way through thick terrain, right? So I wanted to come over to chat, kind of talk with you guys a little bit, do a little movie time, do a little reading. I forgot to pull up a couple videos, so we'll have to dig them out of our files when it comes to that. But I have some great news, and I just want to hit on that real quick before we dig headfirst into the Jay Slater case. So, if you are already a subscriber, I am so grateful to you. When we hit 30,000, you're going to be already in the drawing. All you need to do, if you're interested in winning this beautiful little camera, it's awesome. All you need to do is put DVC giveaway and be a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, why not? Put DVC giveaway and be a sub, and that could be yours. We're also supporting Sandra Birchmore, and we're trying to get a death investigation. She was 23. We believe it was a homicide. So does a forensic pathologist. And we're just asking you to go sign the petition for Sandra Birchmore to get investigation for her. She was 10 weeks pregnant, all right? So those are some of the things. Now, in 3 days, we have new guests coming on our show. It's going to be Tommy Jude from Once Upon a Crime Time. I can't wait. as well as Rory off of Thou Shalt Not Kill True Crime. And all three of us are going to come on here and just have an open Idaho Ford chat, and I hope you'll show up for that. We've been looking forward to it with all the holiday stuff and everything. We're all like, yay, we're going to get together. So I hope you'll join us for that. And then finally, if you are into pulling cards and you know what I'm talking about, I do have a new channel for us. I've been working so hard behind the scenes. It is called, are you ready? 1111 Crime Story. And after this, when we're done on this live, we're going to be able to jump over on the magic carpet thumbnail that pops up, and you'll be able to join me for pulling cards on Jay Slater. Now, I did that read much earlier today, and I will be in the comments with you because it's a premiere. All right? Let's jump over to chat. How is everybody doing? I hope you are well. Let's see what's going on. So, yeah, did we miss a huge clue in the Jay Slater case in that he can't go back to the villa, to the Airbnb? Can't go back. Not to get water, not to charge life and death. Like, he's scared, right? And he's not waiting around for the bus. He's got to get out of the area. Allegedly, Jay we've learned on the YouTube streets, and I'm going to show you some information, that Jay stole a very valuable timepiece, a watch. Just saying. And then there was allegedly some sort of a scuffle. But I'll show you all that. Hello to my beautiful mods. I have a lot of you in today. We have a full house. Yay, yay, yay. Hey, Jennifer Swain, Jennyville, Sassy. Where's Mr. Ifs? Mr. Is. Hello to all my mods. And hello, Sully Spirit, Nettie, Fallon, Bo Roland. Hello, everyone. So, yes, here is the link down below. Oh, it really does work. Look, I'm pointing right at it for once. For the petition for Sandra Birchmore, please sign it. That was the other thing I was going to say. Jennifer Swain as AH and myself, we've all compiled $125 cold cash. Like, you can have it in a gift card. You pick it. Could be a gas card. Could be a breakfast card. Whatever you want. You tell us. We're going to get it. Now, if you are the winner of that $125 gift card, it's because we randomly picked you after we hit 5,000 signatures on her death petition. So thank you if you will support that. I would greatly appreciate it. Ifs will be there. Sounds great. Debbie says I'm counting the days till we're with Tommy and Rory. All right, you guys. Thank you, Fallon. Yeah, please hit that like button. Thank you for all the subscribe and support. Thank you. Thank you. Let's jump over to some movie time. We got to do some fair use, cover our butts, CYA. And so, the fair use, everything I'm sharing with you on our channel is alleged, my opinion, or if I read somebody's opinion or their statement, that's all it is. So take it with a grain of salt, do your own research, form your own opinion. We are just exercising our creative expression. And we're trying to figure out what the heck went on with Jay Slater, too. So, let me get our browser up. I went over to Daily Mail. It's okay. It's a okay source, right? Except as ads. All right. Jay Slater admitted to friends. And this was written, I think, on Saturday, today, the 6th. Okay. Bless you. Bless you. Jay Slater admitted to friends he stole a $12,000 Rolex. Now, I don't think it was a Rolex. I think it was a different brand. And was trying to sell it hours before he vanished Can I get that off the screen? Investigators reveal dramatic new revelation in missing teenager probe. Oh, this was published on the 3rd of July and then updated on the 3rd. So I don't know, but it'll give you the gist. But there's stuff in here I want to talk about. Jay Slater admitted to friends that he stole a $12,000 Rolex watch and was trying to sell it hours before he vanished, a former detective has claimed. Mark Williams Thomas, who is probing the 19-year-old apprentice bricklayer's disappearance from a remote mountainous area of Tenerife, posted an update on X on Wednesday morning. The investigator, who also probed Nicola Bully's case disappearance, claimed Jay's friends revealed the missing raver had sent them a Snapchat in the early hours of June 17th, in which he admitted to stealing the luxury timepiece. Mr. Williams Thomas said that Jay was headed in a Seat Leon hire car to the rented Casa Abul Tina Airbnb near the Villa of Masca with two older British men just after 6 a.m. when he made the shocking Rolex claim. Okay, now let's stop right there. Let me put my little marker. Now, we know now that one of those guys had served recently 9 years in prison for being a DEALER, a runner. That's scary. Jay is leaving the party, the rave, early in the morning with two guys. One of the guys is friends with a big-time rapper. So what, right? But the 9 years. And then it's alleged a whole bunch of stuff about that the two guys they're referring to here actually knew the person, was friends with the person at the Airbnb, and the person at the Airbnb is actually friends with the guy that owns the watch. I don't know. Let's continue. How do I get that off the screen? Oh, it took me to Twitter. Wow. Mail Online today revealed the first picture of one of those men who used the name Ayub Abdul to book the £40 a night holiday rental online. Although the former police detective has not been able to verify that an alleged theft took place, he said friends of Jay have assured him that the missing teenager would not have made it up. Mr. Williams Thomas said he was making the new information public and to, quote, provide some clarity and clear up the total inaccuracies fueled by conspiracy theorists. Let's get down here a little bit. There's Jay and his mom. Now here, I want you to look. So allegedly, this is a picture of Jay. I don't trust it. I really don't. How do we know that's Jay? Has his mother identified that that's Jay's hand? I mean, all it is a blanket and some dark-colored shoes and somebody holding a cigarette. To me, they're assuming an awful lot about this kid. Just saying. This is a little villa, or the Airbnb. All right. Here we go. Mr. Williams Thomas described how shortly before 6 a.m., Jay left the infamous Veronica Strip, where he'd been partying with friends on a final night of the 3-day NRG festival in Tenerife's Playa de las Americas resort. He and the two men, who Jay and his friends had spent time with in the previous 2 days, made an hour-long journey on the motorway back to the Airbnb. How do we know Jay went willingly? It was during this journey that Mr. William Thomas claims Jay posted a Snapchat saying he had taken the $12,000 Rolex from an unknown person. Mail Online has approached Jay's family about the claim. Police previously said they were investigating a scuffle. Now, pause right there. I promise you, before I did this article, I knew nothing about a scuffle. So make sure you go watch that, me pulling cards if you're into that, because that was affirmation, like boom. Okay? So I personally feel, from what I believe in my gut, that scuffle may have been Jay being taken and put into a car. Just my humble opinion, my own suspicions. So, investigating a scuffle outside Papagayo Beach Club, where Jay was seen partying the night he went missing. It is believed a fight involving a burly Eastern European man who reportedly had his valuable Rolex stolen broke out after the venue had closed. One of Jay's friends who had traveled to Tenerife to help in the search told detectives that alleged incident could have led to his disappearance. Mr. William Thomas said he was unable to validate Jay's claim on Snapchats in terms of reporting a theft. He added, however, friends of Jay said he would not make this up, and the watch was subject to a later conversation between the friends. The TV detective said that Jay had contact with pals on social media while at the Casa Bueltina property. This included a Snapchat picture he sent to friends on the doorsteps of the cottage at 7:30, in which he's holding a cigarette. I don't think it's him. Jay was last seen around 8 a.m. when he tried to make his way back to his holiday accommodation. But he's seen by people that are at the Airbnb. How do we know it's not the main guy that's friends with the guy that sold the watch? You see what I'm saying? Like, who said that? Who said that Jay was going the wrong way, right? It just doesn't make sense. Here's that dude. Abdul. That's Abdul. Okay. So here's Lucy May. Here's that friend Hargraves, sorry. Brad Hargraves. He asked the owner of the Airbnb when the next bus to Los Cristianos was, but when she said 10 a.m., he set off on foot, and it would have been an 11-hour walk. Okay, so you guys get all this. You get what's going on here. Now, they're just bringing out dogs now. From June 17th, the kid goes missing. What was it? Day before yesterday, they finally go in forensically into the Airbnb. So here's my thing. The only people that we have that are verifying that Jay was even seen in the morning is Lucy May, Hargraves, the other friend, and somebody at the Airbnb who may or may not have set Jay up. And I'm like, wait a minute. So there's a big breakout. And then is the rest of this somebody with Jay's phone? I want to know what you think. Let me get back over to see what you have to say there. Let me close this little window so I can keep track of things. Natural Healing says, I don't trust it either. Is the guy alive, right? So, if Jay was told to you know, so there's some sort of a fight, right? How do we know that Jay got away with stealing the watch? Because let's say you got the phone of the guy that tried to rip you off and you're a rug person. Like, you got money, honey. You got power. And you're jamming it up, or whatever you call it nowadays. And you're at the rave, right? And this punk kid, right, swipes your watch, but you catch him. You might have bodyguard kind of people that are friends too, that got your back if you're really in that kind of life. I mean, face it, if you're in Tenerife, it's really a drug infested place at times. I have a video I'm going to show you guys that is mind-blowing. Datura Helibor says, where are you pulling cards these days? I seem to have lost it and missed the readings. All right, so the new channel is called 1111 Crime Story. And at the end of this, if you're into pulling cards, you can jump on with me. We'll do an intuitive reading on Jay Slater. And it's going to show you what, you'll have to see it for yourself. You'll have to see it. Oh, thank you, Dixie Bishop. Thank you, thank you. Aprilis says, Abdul, now that's that guy that went to the Airbnb with Jay, right? Abdul allegedly runs illegal cannabis cafe there, but flies to UK day after. I'll bet you it's way more than that. Just saying, that's my suspicion. What are your suspicions? Nikki says, TV detective is an ex-officer. Okay, that makes sense. A Chris McDonough. I have heard that after having the cigarette, he went back in the apartment and overheard the guy on the phone. He got scared and left and could not go back. The dogs. Okay. So yes, today's the first day that I've heard in all the scenario that they're actually using dogs. Really? Like, what are we, day 19, and they're gonna bring in the dogs? Or it was yesterday. It was just recently that I heard of dogs, and they're just going in the apartment. They're just now looking at it like that. And those two guys are back in the UK. They left right after being questioned. I'm just saying. Sasha says, I think the Mexican B and B lady is super sus, or is sus, or under duress, in my opinion. What do you guys think of Lucy May? Thank you, Natural Healing. I told you be excited to do it with me. Every rug and lots of Coke in my speculation. Andy's a local. That's right. That's right. All right, let's get to movie time for a minute. Over here. Let's get, this is where we got to get a file. Like I told you, I should have had it ready for you, but I was crazy busy today because I wanted to get everything ready for both, you know, this channel and the other. Okay, let's go. But I did record some things and I want to share it with you. So, all right, we're going to go with that one where Jay stole the watch video, and this one. Whoops. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me get it on the board. Okay. I don't know what it just asked me. Y'all. I don't know where it went. Why do I have this? Let's see what this is. Jay sold a watch. Is it a video? Okay. Never mind on that one. It's this one.
Is Veronica Strip. It's about a 500-meter.
Oh, I gotta have my headphones.
Center of Flightus Americas here in
Hold on.
and as you can see, it's...
We gotta get it over for you to see. Told you I missed a step. That's alive for you, though. If you're looking for perfection, you aren't gonna get it from Mama D. Just saying. Okay, let's rewind it. Here we go. This is the guy, the TV, what was it called? TV investigator? All right, here you go.
Is Veronica Strip. It's about a 500-meter street along the center of Flightus Americas here in Tenerife. And as you can see, it's full of nightclubs, bars, discotheques. And we know that on Monday of last week, Jay was last seen behind me in Papagayo nightclub, which is where we have the footage of him dancing topless with other people who attended the NRG rave. We know that that after party finished at about 5 o'clock, and from there he got into a car with two mystery British men and drove up into the hills towards Masca, about an hour away from here. And yesterday, as we know, Jay's father Warren and brother Zach paid an emotional visit to the scene where his phone last pinged. They hugged each other and looked out at the landscape and told us that all they wanted was to have Jay back home with them before breaking down in tears. Now, this area here, as I say, Veronica, is very popular with holidaymakers, but also it's very popular with drug dealers as well. We can see the paraphernalia on the floor. There's hippie crack canisters, little clear plastic pouches, obviously for drugs, and also evidence.
Are you looking at that? Are you looking at that? It's a drug fest, a rug. Oh my gosh.
Of balloons on the floor as well. I myself have been offered drugs in just the 5 minutes I've been down here several times, as has my colleague. So, as I say, this is the main area of Flightus Americas where Jay was last seen at that after party a week ago.
Wow. Okay. So, did you see the nasty rugs? Yeah. Really. I mean, it's littered with it. Littered. Shanna, welcome back. You said, once again, I have to say, why wasn't a reward being given after all the money they received, a lot of money on the GoFundMe? Why? Sasha says, Seraphina fit a reading? Yes, GoFundMe was said to have been started by the friend Lucy. I just don't feel right about her. I feel like she's a business acquaintance. I don't feel she is friends. None of this feels right, says Natural Healing. Natural Healing said the volume is good. That is great. I think we finally hit the honey spot. So Michael Donald is saying, who is Jay Slater? So Jay Slater is this little guy right here. And he went on a holiday for the first time with his friends alone. And allegedly a holiday. I'm wondering if it isn't more of a business adventure, but it's a 3-day music fest. And it's a rave. And it's a lot of drugs are in the area. A lot of partying. On the last night, okay, there's some sort of a scuffle reported, and this man comes up with a Rolex watch missing allegedly. Then Jay comes back to Jay's side of the story, ditches his friends, which to me is weird too. That's super sus. And he goes over an hour away to an Airbnb with two guys that now we know one served 9 years in prison as a rug runner. So Jay allegedly goes to their place and may or may not have text or Snapchatted trying to sell the watch during the time that he would allegedly go there. So Jay's only there about an hour or something, allegedly. He steps out of the B&B, snaps a picture, maybe he does, maybe if he's still alive, of his feet with a little blanket and a cigarette. All right. Then they say that he went up the mountain and missed the bus, went up the mountain instead of down towards the home. And when people were like, you're going the wrong way, you got to go back the other way, allegedly, he was like, no, I can't go back. And then he had 3 conversations through text or phone call, allegedly, in the morning saying he was out of water, didn't know where he was, and had cut his leg on a cactus. Now, he's been missing since the 17th of June. He's only 19. He does have a very shady ass past. Okay? I mean, it's bad. But he did do his time, as they say, community service. So, I mean, whatever. The kid is missing right now. Nobody knows where he is. His dad is over there in Tenerife trying to find him and so forth. And that's all we know right now. Fallon, Lucy, rumor has it, her and her friends working for a guy from rental. So Jay got involved and he didn't comply with the rules of the selling. Allegedly, I'm adding this, he lost like over half the product, and Jay was carrying this bag all night. So it does lead me to suspect that, why was he carrying that bag? Could it be full of product? Was he peddling? Hi, Mike O'Donnell. This is the Jay Slater case. So, and I just kind of did a replay of it, so you might want to rewind a little bit and catch up. Right, the Rolex case. But I don't think it was a Rolex from all my research. It was like an Apex or something like that. Anytime rugs are involved, it gets ugly. Every time. Right, Natural Healing? Nikki H. says his parents are lovely people. He would go up if screwing... Oh, wait. I read it wrong. He would go up if scared, thinking there was another bus stop up the way. Thinking if they could come out, they will drive downwards. Okay. That could be. All your opinions are welcome. Mike says he's not a pretty girl, so hard for me to follow. Mr. If says, I said at the last video of this case, this sounds similar to the Dylan Rounds case vibe. Cool, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. Shanna says, first, they say it was a Rolex, a watch, or rugs. Then it's an AP watch. Who knows what it is? So if he's scared, there's nothing past that point. There's no businesses. There's nothing. Even if wouldn't you head back the way you were driven there? Like, okay, so you get taken to a place that you don't want to be at. You realize they're scamming you. They're setting you up. You hear it on the phone. You're panicked. How did he get turned around? Of course, if you raved all night. I mean, this is a disaster literally waiting to happen. Mom of 4UK says, hey, Mama D, love listening to your voice. It's so soothing. This whole thing is sus to me, and Lucy's story don't make sense at all. Now, remember, I think one of the biggest clues, and it's all alleged, is that Lucy claimed that Jay called her at 8:30 And this is where I think we're missing little clues. Because allegedly, I saw something that they're alleging was actually Lucy's phone, where she was showing somebody where Jay and her had the call for proof. And it shows it's an outgoing call. And the verbiage doesn't make sense. There's some crap deleted unless we're being hoaxed. And that's always, can be happening. Does anybody really know what time is? Does anybody really care? Where is this case located? So, it's in Tenerife. I'm trying to think if I have, let me look on this. There was a map. Nope, not on this one. It's on holiday in Tenerife, which is an island. Joe Puglish said, I saw a pic of Rolex. Sasha says he may have stolen the watch to use for payment, but they were like, where's the cash? Not someone else watch. It's a trail. I kind of got lost there, lovely. Right, April, in Tenerife. No, I do not get the vibe that Jay is recovering from being beaten up. I get the vibe that he was buried in a hole. I'm not sure. I don't know where Tenerife is. It's just an island, a party island. No, I don't think rugs are being referred to as a Rolex. I think both happened. I think the rugs came up missing, so then he stole a Rolex to cover the rug bill, right? He either was selling it and doing the rugs himself and didn't have the money to cover his own usage. He lost the bag, something like that, in my humble opinion. And I'm speculating all of this. But then, if that's true, would he have stolen the Rolex to sell it to pay his debt? And then when you get into the GoFundMe, why the exact amount of 30,000 pounds or whatever it was? I mean, it's like they keep saying it's a specific amount. Now, there's been a lot of weird stuff, including a text stating, and this was sent allegedly to Jay's mom. Miss Duncan got a message that alleges that somebody had Jay and that she's never going to see him again. So I don't know. Karen Bird said he stole a Rolex. Annie's mom said, could it have been 12,000 in rugs and not a watch at all? Could be. Like, switch it up so it's not something illegal and makes the other person look like they're the thief. Like if it's rugs, uses a Rolex as cover. But then why change it from a Rolex to an AP watch? Like that's a really getting specific. So I don't know. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Annie's mom says, I'm new to this story. Sorry, no worries. Some of us have been following it. Some of us haven't. I've been staying on it. And it literally changes like a heartbeat. Like that. Like, I couldn't jump in to bring you up to speed because every time I get ready to make a thumbnail, something else would happen. And so I got lost in the case. And I'm like, I need to start bringing my family with me, being this is my job. But I'm extremely passionate about true crime, as you know if you've been with me. And so in that, I do get swept up in cases that I don't ever bring to the public's eye. And it's just because I can't always handle so much of the caseload. But at this point, I know enough about the case. I feel like we can get more out there. Hey, Natalie sees all. It's really hard to steal a watch off a man's arm. That takes years of practice. That is an awesome point. Natalie Cesal, welcome to 1111 True Crime, and you get a gold star. Maybe it was rugs and the Rolex was a cover. Y'all could be right on that. Sasha says, I believe they have him and we won't see him again. I mean, I hate to say this, because this is the last thing anybody wants to talk about. But there are boats there, and he could have been loaded up from that Airbnb in a vehicle and taken out to the dock on a road and trafficked. Because somebody's going to pay that person money for him. And then he's gone. Give a symbol to find him. What the hell? I don't know, hon. Sasha says reward 30 grand. Why not pay it? And they can leave him in the desert. Okay, so 19 days so far. Right. Shanna says they've been showing AP watch that's supposedly been stolen. We need to clarify this story. It's too confusing. It is a lot. And I just wanted to try to jump in. I've been in it for a couple weeks now behind the scene, about a week and a half. I've watched all kinds of stuff, and I'm always like, I don't know if I want to share that, because that could be a rumor. And then I started realizing some of this isn't a rumor. The PI, the ex-officer, is the one saying he did steal a watch, they believe. They really do believe that. If you believe the friends, and like you guys are saying, that's the big question. Did he really steal a watch? Or did we miss it all? And one of the biggest clues is that it's really the rugs that we're missing. The scuffle. You could see it play as a movie. Picking him up by a shirt collar. You're coming with me to talk to the boss. You're missing stuff. We're going to take you out here to little Airbnb. I don't know. It's kind of like your opinion. Do your research. I'm going to talk about whatever cases we need to. We're going to be drifting a little bit with certain cases. So I hope you can, continue to tune in and stay with me. I know it's a little bit hard to focus on too many cases, but this is one I'm curious on. Now, I'm about to jump off here, my lovelies, but don't forget, at the end of this video, there'll be a thumbnail, all right? And it'll take you over to my other second channel, and I've already done a reading on Jay, and I've pulled the cards, and I'm excited to share that story with you, because it blew my mind. So you know how it rolls with Mama T. It's not a random story. It's very specific, like boom, 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 right? So for those of you that are into that, jump over with me. And if that doesn't work, that will also be pinned in the description. Our channel, it's called 11, and then it's colon, 11 Crime Story. 1111 Crime Story. I hope to see you then. All right, my lovelies, let's get over to your music. Pray for Jay, because, man, that kid needs some saving in so many serious ways, truly. I feel bad for his mom and dad. I love you. To the moon and back. God bless you, my beautifuls. See you over on 1111 Crime Story.
When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell, time